Yo, it's Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. Welcome to the Fireside Chat, episode number 9 tonight. We are burning up my friend Alyssa's furniture from her house from her business. She does furniture repairing and remodeling. I have been burning, believe it or not, for, let's see, 3 hours now. And we got a pretty good pile of wood there from all of our furniture over there. And so we'll burn this up over the next hour or so, hopefully. But we got quite a good fire. And oh, we got Jake. Jake is always on here first. My little buddy we did a special live stream just for him last night. He turned 13 years old last night. Welcome back to the channel, Jake. How you doing, brother man? Oh, I forgot my hat because tonight is a military special. We're going to have a special military guest, I believe, over later on. So let me get my hat real quick. We'll slap on my hat. There we go. Navy Chief, Navy Pride, baby. We got Darren in the house. Big bad Darren. Oh, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully it's not just Darren and Jake's Productions, but who knows? Could be. We have been burning nonstop for at least, let's see, since 5 o'clock. So 3 hours we've been burning. That's how much ash I have in there. I burn up all sorts of furniture, uh, all sorts of stuff. Look at how many coals are in there. I mean, it's all the way to the top. Uh, so we were going to have a special military guest tonight, but he bummed out on me. Jim Lutz was supposed to come over, but he bummed out on me. So no Jim Lutz. So we have a substitute that got in at the last second. It looks like Mark Woodside might come over, personnel specialist, second class petty officer, and tell his story. Looks like we got a third person in here. I don't know who we got in here, but I know we got Darren and Jake in here. So whoever else is watching, make sure you make a comment down below and say hello and say who you are. Welcome to the channel. This is Ryan the Scavenger Fireside Chat, episode number 9. And we got a nice calm night so far. I thought maybe we might have a thunderstorm rolling in, but it bummed out. We got Linda Seal in the house. We have 2 blue wrenchers. What's going on, shipmate? How you doing, man? I got my Army buddy Darren in here and my shipmate Linda Seal. Got my Navy Chief hat on tonight, Linda. Yep, we're doing one tomorrow at Darren's house. You've been watching. We're going to do a special over at Darren's house tomorrow of a cleanup of his property because Darren's got a little bit of work he needs done on his house. We'll go over to Darren's house and clean the weeds out a little bit and get it fixed up a little bit, and then we'll maybe tell Darren the military story a little bit, do something different. Man, I did it again. So Linda, I was saying, you got any of them French fried taters, Linda? Got any of them good taters? What's my favorite part about law enforcement? Going out and meeting different people, patrolling around, the freedom to go around the county. Well, that ain't gonna work. We're gonna try and build a little teepee pyramid there. Make old Darren happy. Darren likes it when you build teepees. Restricted to the city limits is probably what you're thinking about. You had to run over to the lodge and tell them we won't be there. Well, what the heck? Darren's check engine light came on. So still no audio? Let me open up the garage door. I wonder if that will give me more Wi-Fi coverage. The studio is back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. I think it's when I switch my camera back and forth, the audio button is right below that, and sometimes I click it and turn it off. I got to try and make sure I do a better job at checking that. All right, so we have Linda, Darren, and Jake Productions watching here. We have Linda from West Virginia, Darren from Nebraska, Jake. Jake, you're from Texas, or are you from California or Texas? California, I believe, right? And then Ryan the Scavenger from Nebraska. I got a pizza coming here, so hopefully you'll get to see the pizza guy show up, and we'll have a slice of pizza and drink a Coke. That's right. You moved from Texas or California to Texas. And I misspoke last night. Jake Productions, he doesn't have a lot of videos up, um, but I said last night he was a Thomas Train guy. That was the wrong Jake's Productions. There is also a Jake's Productions, but I clicked on the wrong one yesterday, so he's the real Jake's Productions. Oh, looks like we got a fourth person that chimed in. Welcome to the channel. This is Ryan Smith on my live stream Fireside Chat. So make sure you click that subscribe button and join the channel. Would really appreciate it. Send some invites to your friends and tell them to join the Fireside Chat. Jake got me another subscriber last night. Oh, good on Jake. Got up to 712. He did a little collaboration with me last night. Oh, that didn't work. That was an epic fail. Oak's kind of an expensive wood. Kind of sad I got to burn it, but I'm not a woodworker. Turn the sound off again. My sound is turned on. Yeah, it definitely burned well. Welcome to the channel. I see we got 5 people on the stream here. Tell us who you are and where you're from. My name's Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. Welcome to the line. We are on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, your finger and go down there right now and smash that subscribe button. Take it down there right now and click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We have 712 subscribers as of last night. I haven't done a check today to see if we got any, but definitely on a good mission to get to 1,000 months or so. Get that monetization going on. And hopefully we get Mark Woodside over here and we can do a little interview on him and have him tell his military story. Tell some Navy stories. Okay, well, the big Navy story is my wife, Amritai. It's kind of how my family all started. I was over in Pattaya Beach, Thailand in 1997, and I was getting ready to get out of the Navy. And my Master Chief Wilson at the time, he's like, Smitty, you're going to pull into Thailand and fall in love with one of them Asian girls. I was like, I don't like Asian women. And holy cow, if he wasn't right, I tell you what, I fell madly in love with her. And 2 months later, I was married to her. So, yeah, man, that is my Navy story of how I met my lovely wife. Um, yeah, retired from the Navy in 2016 as a Chief Petty Officer. Not retarded, retired. Darren would probably say I'm retarded, but no, retired. But yeah, I was to Philippines, first port visit over to Manila, Philippines. Went there a couple of times. Went over to Macau, Hong Kong about 8 times. Went to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Went to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and Penang, Malaysia. Uh, where else did I go? Australia, Perth, Australia, Fremantle, Australia. Uh, yeah, the cool thing about aircraft carriers is uh, the going out at sea and watching the airplane just fly off the deck. That is so cool. I mean, the amount of power and force that it takes to catapult those big old jets off the deck. One time we had a crate. We were out in the middle of the Persian Gulf, and the air conditioning unit went out, and the CO gave us permission to not wear any of our uniforms. We just had to wear T-shirts and our pants. And man, it was hot out there. It was like 100 degrees on the ship. Oh, we're so damn hot. That Persian Gulf. Whew. Hot, hot, hot. Let me tell you, baby. We were out there one time, and one of the airplanes went in the water. That was pretty sad. A couple of guys didn't make it. Then we had this dumbass one time jumped off the ship and he was going to swim back to Thailand because he was so madly in love. He had a Ziploc bag full of Snickers candy bars. He was going to swim back to shore. We were like 25 miles out, just a little bit too far to swim back to shore, I would say, but he made a good go for it. Luckily, the helicopter found him. So, yeah, I did 22 years in the Navy, man. I joined in 1994, baby, and went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida. And then I went to Personnelman A School in Meridian, Mississippi. And then off to the USS Independence in Yokosuka, Japan. I was on board there for 4 years. Then I did 18 years in the Navy Reserve and went to many, many places in the Navy Reserve. Served on board the USS Frederick, a landing ship tank, LST 1184. Did a tour on that in Thailand. Oh, that was a fun time. Got to go to Patty Beach, Thailand for 1 month. That was a good. My daughter is in the Navy. She's currently a lieutenant in the Navy, and my son, he just got out of the Navy. He did 5 years in the Navy. He was a hospital corpsman, third class petty officer. So have quite the Navy family. But see, we got 5 people watching here. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan Smith, aka Ryan The Scavenger. Welcome to the live stream. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please take your finger down there right now and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully we get Mark Woodside. He called me and said he was going to fill in for me. I was supposed to have Chief Petty Officer Jim Lutz on tonight, but he bummed out on me. I tried to get Richie Bach over here, but he bummed out on me too. He said he's not into telling stories. He would have been a good guy to interview, tell his time, but of the Marines he was in. But oh well, some people just don't want to talk. That's fine. Got 9 people watching all of a sudden. All right, the stream is really blowing up here all of a sudden. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so, go down right now and smash that subscribe button if you would, folks, and then join in on the chat down below and tell us who you are and tell us the state or the country that you're watching from, and would really appreciate it. It's getting a little bit chilly out here. I might have to get a little closer to the fire here. All right, let's go throw a couple more logs on the fire here. What do you say? How's the stream coming through, everybody? Is the stream coming through good? Can you hear me real good? Oh, we got Janet Riley. Janet, how's it going, Janet? Janet is the mother of my uh, good buddy Jim Riley. God bless his soul. Jim's up in heaven right now. I miss you up there, Jim. Uh, she is all the way from Spalding, Nebraska. So welcome, Janet. Nice to have you on here. So, yes, it is important to fight for America. Janet Riley, my buddy from Spalding, her son Jim, he served in the United States Army. He was a Army Ranger and was a captain when he got out. So, and a Nebraska State Trooper and a Chief of Police in Spalding, Nebraska. So we miss Jim. We really miss Jim a lot, don't we, Janet? Everybody give me a heart if you would on there. Smash that heart button is a heart to go up for Jim and tell him we all love him. Hit that heart button for me, folks. There you go. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. Show the love. Show the love. Janet, how are you doing tonight? Getting ready for bed, watching the news probably. Thanks for tuning in at 8:25 at night here in Kearney, Nebraska. The fire is popping. Yes, sir. We miss Jim a lot. We got Judy Plays. Hey, it's you again. How you doing, Judy? Have we talked, Judy? I'm sorry if I can't remember. Hopefully, we get Mr. Woody over here in a little bit, and he can tell his story. It's been 3 years on the 8th. 3 years ago, we lost Jim. Man, Jim and I were the same age. We were both born in 1973, so if I remember right, or maybe he was a little bit younger than me. I can't remember. What was Jim's birthday, Janet? But Jim and I were real close friends. Man, I'm sorry. I hit the mute button again. Whenever I switch the camera back and forth, the button. We need to send a message to YouTube that they need to move the audio button down farther. Yep, that's right. Darren was in the Army as well. And Linda was in the Navy. So we got a Navy and an Army guy on here. Hoorah. That's right. We got 7 people watching the stream here. Welcome to the channel. My name's Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. This is my live stream called my Fireside Chat edition that I started here because I love doing fires and just sit around the fire and shoot the breeze about whatever you want to talk about. Uh-oh, here we go. Pizza's here. How are you guys doing tonight? Pretty good, man. We're doing a live stream. We got Papa John's on live stream tonight. You want to be on here? No, I'm good. Okay, I'll get you out. There's that. All right. You got to get me getting my pizza here live. Chilling right by the fire. That's right, bro. Dang it. You write that total in for me, buddy.
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
No problem. You guys have a good night.
Yep. Papa John's. It's always better when you got Papa John's, baby. Better ingredients, better pizza. Let's see what we got here tonight. Does that look good? The works. Set that down. Get a slice of pizza in me. Okay, Jake, I'll give you a pizza. You ready? Take a big bite, Jake. Linda likes Little Caesars. I'm going to ask my mom for pizza. Hold on, folks. I will be right back. Jake's going to get some pizza. I got everybody hungry now. The works. It's got pepperoni, Canadian bacon, green peppers, olives, and sausage. I had to bribe my buddy Mark with pizza in order to get him to come over. Man, we got 8 people watching here all of a sudden. Who else is watching? Tell us your name and where you're from. I know we got Linda from West Virginia. We got Darren from Nebraska. We got Jake from Texas. And we got Janet from Nebraska. Who else is watching here? Where's the pineapple? Well, remember, we got kids on here, Darren. We got Jake. Well, Jake went to tell his mom he wants pizza, so maybe he's not on here. Oh, he's there. He was listening. Pizza 1 down. Papa John's pizza, baby. I switched the camera without turning the volume off. Congratulations, Ryan. A la carte. Can you hear me really bad chomping? I'll move the camera away. We got Wild Wolf. Wild Wolf, welcome to the channel, man. How you doing? My 712th subscriber last night. Wild Wolf is from Kentucky, if I recall. So now we got Kentucky, West Virginia, Texas, Nebraska. We got people all over the place now. Yep, everybody tell Jake happy 13th birthday late. He had his 13th birthday last night. You guys want to do something fun? You guys want to do something fun since it's just down the street? Tell me yes or no if you want to do something fun. I think Jake's and Wild Wolf would like this since they're young men. You guys want to do something fun? Let's do it. We're going to leave the fire for a minute and we're just going to walk down about 4 houses down the street. So walk with me. It's going to get dark. It's going to get dark. We're walking down the street to the end of the block. And my neighbor has a haunted house. And this thing is legit. I don't know if he's went all out yet or not, but it might start buffering because now we're going to switch over to cell power. I'm going to be under the street light, so we'll have some light and you'll be able to see me. Well, he doesn't have everything rolling yet. Is this Mr. Marr? Are you Marr? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, this is the guy that makes it all happen right here. Everybody say hi to him. I'm doing a live stream. Oh, are you? Say hi. Awesome. This guy is crazy. How long have you been doing this?
6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Are you getting any donations and stuff like that?
Oh, some, a little bit, not too much, but we more do it for fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. What How long have you been buying pieces? You're over 7 years?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really start until we moved in here, which is 6-7 years ago.
Do you have like a background in video in productions or anything like that?
Nope. I do landscaping.
Your landscape. What? I read the newspaper article on you that you've been doing it like with your mother for like 20 years.
Yeah, our dad. So.
Oh, is this your brother?
This is my brother. So
hey, how's it going, brother?
our dad was big into Halloween, and I think we've just taken it to another level.
Taking it to a whole nother level is an understatement.
Yeah.
Well, let's go inside and have a look. You're doing good again. I see you put up a fence this year, huh?
Yeah. Trying to go zombie, a little bit of a zombie thing. We still got a lot to do. But.
When are you going to turn on all of the video stuff?
Well, I was hoping by today, but maybe by tomorrow.
Maybe by tomorrow? Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for what you do, man.
Course.
I love it. The kids love it. Well, that's the man right there. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's go inside and have a look. Uh-oh, we got a pirate. First thing right here, a little pirate theme. Oh man, we got like a octopus that's gonna get us. Whoa. Okay. He did the pirate theme this year. Oh my gosh. What is that? Ah! Whoa. Look at this. What? Look at this. Uh-oh. Oh, looks like you're still working on the setup. Oh. Well, there we go. He usually has more over here. Did that guy jump out at you?
What does he do, duck?
Ah! Oh, he got us. You can't do landscape when you're doing a live stream. Holy crap, that thing is like 10 foot tall. What the? There's a big giant clown in a jack in a box. I know, I'm scared too, man. Ah! Thanks again, Mr. Marr. What's your first name?
What's my first name?
Your first name.
First name, Tim.
Tim, thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
See you, buddy. All the kids coming through here. All the cars driving around the neighborhood coming to see it. We'll have to come over here again. Oh, I didn't even see this. Look at this great big giant Grim Reaper. That's freaking legit. Oh yeah, he did. It gets better. He usually has all sorts of audio stuff going on, and they shine. Oh, look at this. We got a leg right here, a severed leg.
Not here right now. They're busy burying something in the backyard. But we'll have loads of fun while they're gone.
All right, guys. There it is. We'll come have a look at it another time. Now the walk back to the fire. Was that fun or what? That was definitely different. I scared the heck out of you guys. I didn't mean to do that, kids. I'm sorry. Last year, I'm not kidding you. I'm 50 years old, but there was a couple of times where he has live actors that he brings in too when it really gets busy. And man, it gets pretty nutty. I'm going to die again. Your dog says hi. Yeah, Janet, that does take a lot of work. I would be willing to say I bet he's got $20,000 to $30,000 worth of gear in that thing. I mean, it's just, as he said himself, he goes overboard. He gets pretty wild. All right, walking up to the house here. Hopefully the fire's still going. If not, we'll get it rolling again. Everybody tell Jake's dog hello. You've never been to a haunted house? Well, there you go. Hopefully I don't give you nightmares. I'm sorry, man. All right, we got our Papa John's here. Fire's still going good. I'm gonna go get a cold one. Oh, wild one had to go. See you, wild one. We got 9 people on our channel. This is Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. Make sure you take your finger down there right now and smash that subscribe button if you would. We would really appreciate that. Then, most importantly, hop on and tell us who you are and tell us where you're chiming in from. Yep, hit that like button, not the line button. Thanks to my executive producer, Darren Redfeather, aka the Shirt Lifter. We got 8 people watching on the live stream here. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers, folks. Doing the Fireside Chat tonight where we just talk about whatever you want to talk about. We got Darren from Nebraska, Linda from West Virginia, Jake from Texas, and Janet from Nebraska, and of course, yours truly from Nebraska. We got a couple other people here. Tell us who you are and tell us where you're chiming in from. Darren the Shirt Lifter. Linda, you got to make yourself some of them fried potatoes, some of them deep fried potatoes. You got any of them French fried potatoes there, Linda? So, how'd everybody enjoy the haunted house? Was that pretty fun? We got 7 people watching here all of a sudden. Well, welcome to the channel. My name's Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. We're doing a little fire here, eating a little Papa John's pizza, and drinking a little Coke. We are definitely eating bad food tonight. Definitely not what Walking and Ryan would tell you, but you do have to eventually eat sometime during the day. The key is to not eat the entire pizza in one shot. That is the big key. You like the haunted house? I figure you guys would like that. Janet has never been to one. Oh, well, Janet, you made it to a haunted house finally. It looked like a cornfield in his yard. It was pretty cool. Got the fire going pretty good there now. Well, hopefully Mark will come over here so we can interview Mark and do a little military interview with him. I was supposed to have Chief Jim Lutz on tonight to tell his story, but he bummed out on me and didn't show up. There's a sign at my house. When I lived in San Diego, we used to go to Balboa Park, and they had a great haunted house in the Museum of Man. Well, that sounds cool. I went to a haunted house at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia, and they had live actors, and they had a guy like he was in a meat locker, and he must have been a guy with no legs because he was just like a torso and a head, and he was on this fake meat cut, and he was like, "Help me, help me!" It was pretty crazy, but yeah. Boy, we got the fire going good tonight, don't we? Biden belongs in a nursing home, Harris in jail, and Trump in the White House. That a boy. Jake, you got a great sign there. My dad got a shirt at the Nebraska State Fair in Grand Island, and it says, "Let's sentence Trump to 4 years of." Uh, yeah, old Jakey is 13 years old, man. Had a birthday last night. We did a special live stream just for him. Yeah, if you're new to the live stream here and you've never, go down in the comment section below and just type a comment, whatever you want to talk about. Just don't say anything crazy. That's what I got Linda and Darren here for. They're my blue wrenchers. The blue wrench next to them means that they're a moderator. So in case anybody says anything really crazy, they're usually really good about kicking them out. So be nice. Kids that like to get on here and chat with me. So Jake on here. Jake's a 13-year-old young man. We had Wild Wolf on there. I think he's a young man, so just be conscious of that as well. Seven people are tuning in here all of a sudden. Welcome to the channel. This is Ryan Smith's channel. Ryan the Scavenger, a little live stream, fireside chat action tonight. So we are burning up furniture from my friend Alice here in Kearney. She hired me to do a little scavenging tonight, or earlier this evening. I went over to her house. She does furniture repurposing, but sometimes the furniture is just too far gone. And so she had like she had drawers from like a Chester drawer and a couple other pieces of furniture, and I started burning them at 5 o'clock tonight. And yeah, we have been burning for 4 hours now, and this is all of the wood that we have left. I thawed it up into more manageable pieces right there. You know what, Linda, you've kicked a few people off. I remember you booted a few. Darren has really booted a lot of people. Darren's a booting fool. He'll kick you to the curb, man, if you say anything crazy. Oh, that's the unfortunate thing about the internet. There's some people on here that are just obnoxious, and they get on here and just want to say stupid things. So, it does help, especially when a live stream gets going really fast and there's like 20 or 30 live, comments going at once. I can't keep up with them, so that's why it helps to have a moderator on there to help you out. We might have to make Janet a blue wrencher. She has been watching a lot of the videos now. She's becoming a popular fan of the channel. Janet got YouTube TV, she tells me, so watching it on her big screen TV even sometimes. Well, we better go throw some more logs on there. Trying to do it without burning my hands, folks. Who moderates Darren and me? Yeah, we got to moderate you guys for sure. When I talk about Trump, you can't figure out how to kick me off. Darren does not like Trump. But as I said before, it's a prime example of how you don't have to hate one another. Because I am obviously a giant Trump supporter, and I'm all for Donald Trump. Darren is not, but we can still be friends, you know? So doesn't mean you have to hate one another. Believe me, we have had a couple of times where we got really pissed at one another, but just talk it out. Janet, you don't think you'd be a very good moderator? I became a premium YouTube member too. Heck yeah, Janet, look at Janet. Janet's multitasking. She's watching the game and watching YouTube at the same time. That's pretty impressive. I tolerate you too, Darren. And he is a libertarian. And so he got super pissed. Man, he got pissed. And so, yeah, you got to make sure you call Darren a libertarian. Um, he registered to vote out. I had a little bit. Better send an invite. It's very glitchy now, like really bad glitchy. There's Woody. Here comes Woody. Woody's coming over. So it's really, really glitchy. Jake, are you the only one there? Woody!
Woody in the house. Well, not really in the house. Outside the house.
Outside the house. Woody!
What are you doing? I've known this, I'd have brought my beer.
I got some in the fridge.
I might have to take you up on that.
Yeah.
I'm Carney Catholic lost.
I don't drink anymore, so you can drink it.
Carney Catholic lost.
Carney Catholic lost?
Yeah.
Ah. Hey.
41-38. It was a
second class petty officer Mark Woodside. So we got another Navy guy in the house. You even got your chair and everything. So how'd Kearney Catholic do?
They lost.
Ah.
41-38.
Oh. Did your grandson get in?
Yeah, he got.
Oh.
He's just a freshman.
Well, good deal.
5'10", 210 pounds, and he plays defensive end and tight end.
Oh.
He plays on defense.
What's the pizza?
I'm finding it right now.
The fridge is right in there.
Oh, I see it.
And
the beer fridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're the only ones here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you and me.
There you go.
Burning up some wood. Burning up furniture, actually. This is furniture we're burning.
Oh. I thought there was a burning ban. Navy book to get my picture of me.
Okay.
I think I might have one of myself in my dress blues. My wife and I, we got a picture. I'll have to look, but it was at the. We went for at the Admiral's Surgeon General of the Navy.
Yeah.
Went to his place for on Christmas, and it was a formal thing. So I wore my dress blues. She had her really nice dress on, and so because I was on his staff, so I got to go over to his house for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty neat.
When were you? What years were you in the Navy?
89 through 94.
89 to 94.
Well, even though I was former or prior boot camp again in the Navy, and two things you gotta go by. Two things. First is out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is never ever volunteer for anything unless it benefits you. And I stuck to that, right? So here it is, and we're like 3 weeks from graduation, and I'm a cartoonist, and I drew this cartoon of our sergeants, our COs, the chief petty officer in the first class. They were the DIs. Anyways, Peyton and I can't think of the first class's name, but Peyton was the chief, and I drew this picture of both of them. They're in their these camouflage gear with the shotguns, and they always had this saying, "That dog ain't gonna hunt." So I drew two dogs in the bush, right? You can see the two heads of the dogs. One dog looked like he was over the other dog, and you could tell what he was kind of doing. He had his tongue hanging out and stuff, and Pate was pointing at the dog, saying, "That dog ain't gonna hunt."
Oh man, oh, that's funny.
So anyway, that was in Orlando, Florida. I didn't, and it was funny because he wanted to know who drew this, and of course this guy that was in our unit or company didn't like me, so he said Woodside did. He goes, "Who the hell's Woodside?"
Out of sight, out of mind, baby.
Right. And 3 weeks left to go, and I was just totally, I had my rack always clean, always straightened up, and Art was above me on his rack, and he was with the drill and ceremony, so I had to make sure his rack was always clean. And then I helped him fold his clothes and everything. And if he got it through it, then I would get through it because we were the buddy. You had to make sure that you rack me. And ours was always never failed an inspection or nothing.
Heck yeah.
And so he's Woodside front and center. And I ran up there. "Did you do this?" "Yes." And he goes, "Outstanding. You're going to do our wall." Well, on the wall at Orlando, they had these big bricks that they on the building, on inside in the hallways, and each company got to put their own painting or whatever on the thing. So I did. I had I had this. It was like a Roman or a Greek thing, and there were steps coming out of the water, and each step said like integrity, and had something in it, to do with. And then there was like arches there, or columns with kind of an arch over it. And this guy was crawling up these steps. So that was ours. And then I got to design our flag for our company. And I had a girl in a bikini.
Heck yeah, man.
company seat at.
I was in I-139 in 1994.
Oh wow.
What were you in?
I was in 104.
In Orlando as well. We both went to Woody and I both went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida.
And then from there, I went to, because I had A school in Meridian, Mississippi.
Yep, I went there as well.
And I had a blast there. I typed out the first day there. I typed out.
Yeah, so did I.
Because I'm a journalism major. They put me up in the office to work up there. So that's where I was working in the office. I straightened out all their files and everything within the first week. And after the first week, well, my wife came there, and we got a place right off base there, and so I would drive to work every day, and then I would report, and then go to my work in because I had to report with the rest of the people there, and then
Linda Thiel said she was in boot camp in Orlando as well. She was in company 3247 in 1975.
Oh wow.
Linda was a YN too.
YN too.
Yeah. Or Linda, were you a YN1 or a YN2? I can't remember. Yeah, we got all sorts of admin folks in the house tonight.
And so I got to march in our in our parade, our graduation parade, I got to march up front with our company flag next to, the colors. So
heck yeah, man.
that was pretty cool.
Oh, and before I forget too, I'm not trying to interrupt you. Darren says to tell you that Perkins tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Perkins, yes, at 10.
If you're watching right now, Perkins tomorrow for coffee, for Veterans Coffee. So Linda, you're going to have to hop in a plane in West Virginia and come all the way to Kearney, Nebraska. Get in coffee with us tomorrow. Does that sound like a plan? Woody said he'll buy you coffee. Oh, Linda was a YN3, she says. Okay. Linda is one of my subscribers that comes on all the time.
Okay. Hi, Linda.
Oh, this is Woody.
So anyways, and then I graduated second in the class at PNA school, and so I got to choose where I wanted to go because the guy that actually took first was going back to his ship in the fleet. So I got my choice on the board of what I wanted, and I saw the one up there that said DepMed, Bethesda, Maryland, and that medical personnel and all these DepMeds throughout the DC area were assigned to the Comfort if it ever went out. And of course, it went out during Desert Storm, so that was when I went on the ship during Desert Storm.
And what is the whole number of the Comfort?
20.
And Woody gave me a license plate from that a while back.
Yep.
And
TAH stands for Tactical Advanced Hospital.
Okay.
And it had 12 full-size operating rooms on it.
And Woody, you got the combat action ribbon.
On the Comfort. Yeah, a Scud missile went over the ship, and the Wisconsin shot it down. You could hear the gun. Yeah. I was actually up in the just right off of the main deck there, and you could hear the guns firing from the Wisconsin shooting it down.
Wow. Well, we got a fire drop. We got to go get the.
Where'd it drop, on the backside?
Well, I like to try and keep it in the. I got this, Woody.
I got it.
Oh, you got. Woody's not scared. He's got wood in his name.
Yeah, that's why I should be scared of fire, right?
Exactly.
But I'm not. And you know why?
Why is that?
I feel the right side of my body.
You
I had a stroke in 2011.
You had a stroke?
Yeah, 2011. Service related.
Well, it's not. I always thought Woody was kind of semi goofy. Now we know why.
No.
Story. So keep going, Woody.
Okay, so where was I at? On the Comfort, or which part?
I don't know. Wherever you want to tell the story from.
Because I kind of deviated away from the Surgeon General of the Navy, his party at his Christmas party, and I had to go, all the brass and everything. So I got a picture of that. I got to find it. You asked me for a picture, so I think I'll submit that.
Heck yeah, man. If you don't mind, yeah, I'll put that on the thumbnail because you were a part of the live stream. We wanted to hear it. I want to try and do more live streams with military veterans to tell their stories, to give us something interesting to talk about.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, you've told the cool stories already. I mean, here's Woody getting the combat action ribbon, getting a Scud missile shot over him in it's the first Gulf War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Desert Storm.
And what year would that have been?
90.
1990.
Yeah.
Oh, heck of a deal.
He's right. Well, Desert Storm actually started in January of 1991. Desert Shield was on from August of 90 through January of 91.
Well,
that was Desert Shield.
Very short war.
Yeah. And then, of course, Desert Storm was like less than 100 days because we just bombed them into submission. That's the way a war should be fought, was Desert Storm.
Oh, come on, Waylon. This is shipmates telling stories, man. Telling military stories.
What's he saying?
He's saying, is this date night? Waylon is my cop buddy. We went to the police academy together.
Oh, yeah?
He is from the Santee Sioux Nation Reservation. And
Was he in the Navy?
no, I don't. He wasn't military, but he was a cop.
No. Because I was thinking if he was talking like that, maybe he was a submariner.
No. Waylon and I had a good time at the police academy, man.
Oh, yeah.
How cool. Man, the fire's going good now.
It is. Going real good.
We might actually burn all this wood up tonight. Hey, welcome to the live stream, folks. This is Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. We got a special military guest here tonight, Mark Woodside, a personnelman, second-class petty officer in the United States Navy, served during the first Gulf War. So we're going to sit here and talk with him. But if you haven't done so, make sure you take your finger down there right now and smash that subscribe button. And also make comments throughout the night and tell us what you want to talk about. It's an open forum, whatever you want to talk about. Just don't say anything crazy.
I've already said crazy things. Back to Bethesda Naval Hospital. I got a Navy Achievement Medal for what I did on the Comfort, and I designed and developed the database for the hospital ship. And I was the first person you saw when you got on, and I was the last person you saw before you left, because I did all the berthing assignments, life raft assignments, and all that. I got back to Bethesda, and then I was up on the command floor, 3 doors down from the Surgeon General, of course, and in Community Health Directorate, and I was kind of a liaison between the outlying clinics in the DC area and Bethesda Naval Hospital. And then I got transferred. Well, my second duty station was down in Gulfport, Mississippi, where I got attached to NMCB 133, the Seabees.
You were in the Seabees, huh?
Well, I was attached.
We build, we fight. We fight, we build.
Well, I figured out what Seabees.
Yeah.
My uncle was a CB. He was in Vietnam, so I always give him crap about it. Nephew had a construction in Lexington that he helped out with, but yeah, he was in the CBs. I was down there. Then we got, and this is an interesting story I got to tell you about Rota Spain. So they told me that when you go to Rota Spain, you need to go. First thing you need to do is go to the commissary, and on the walls, they'll have all these little flyers for different things. You take, where you can take a number, and they said you want to buy a bicycle. I went in there. I took one number, just one. I called it. I said, "Yeah, I got a bike here. I'm selling it." "Okay, I'll be over." So I went over, looked at the bike, and when I walked up to it, and he said, "No." did you buy the bike from somebody from Nebraska? He goes, I don't know where the guy was from. So I asked him how much for the bike. It was $25. I gladly paid. I probably would have paid $75 to $100. It was a Schwinn 10 speed, right? And the funny thing on it, on the frame of the bike was this metal sticker plate, right? With rivets holding it to the frame. And on that was, it said, Western Auto, Kearney, Nebraska.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you, it's in my shed.
Oh, I got to see this someday.
It's the truth.
Oh.
I could not believe the odds. What were the odds? I just took one. I called it. I went over there, and that was the bike. I knew I was supposed to buy that bike.
There you go, man.
From Kearney, Nebraska. That's where that bike came from. Western Auto. Now, Western Auto is the bike shack over on the south side of the overpass there.
What a story that is.
Isn't that crazy?
That is freaking nuts, man.
So when I came back, the CBs bring all this stuff and bring it back, for all that. So that they like your cruise box and all that.
Yeah.
They ship it back. So my bike got shipped back that way, and I've had it a couple years ago. I had new tires put on and a new chain and rims, and had the new brakes put on and adjusted and all that. So it's really a nice bike. But it is what it is. I love that bike.
I bet so. What a story. What a fascinating story.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
So I knew that bike was wanting to come back to Kearney. Anyways, so that was a good story for.
Oh, that's a great story.
And let's see, what other stories you want to hear? Then I got out on a parental discharge because I got a divorce from my wife, and I couldn't be deployed anymore. So they gave me a choice: give up my kids or give up the Navy. So I said, "See ya." I remember Cole. I don't remember what his last name was.
Yeah, Woody does go to the VFW a lot. He is a frequent flyer there. Yep, his name is on the ceiling. Yep, this is Mark Woodside from Kearney, Nebraska. Woody. Well, yeah, there you go, the Woodside. Well, Cole, my buddy Cole, he's my son's high school buddy from high school.
Oh, yeah?
He is. He's really a good fella. He always gets on here and chats all the time. Huh, Woody is one of a kind. Yes, he is.
I'm loud enough.
From the Navy.
In the Navy? Let's see.
Any crazy port visit stories? Something wild that happened? You get something clean. Well, we got children on here watching.
Okay, so I was on the captain's staff because I didn't work in PSD on the ship because I designed and developed. I was in charge of that database.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew exactly how many people were on the ship and where they were supposed to be. I did the phone listing for the entire ship. I went to every compartment, got the phone number, and when I designed my database, it included phone numbers for if you were at whatever workspace you were in. It had a phone number there. So when you were working, if they wanted to call where you worked, it was there. Your berthing had a phone number, and wherever you were, if you got transferred to the galley, of course the galley's phone number would show up. So if on a printout I knew where everybody was.
Did you get a Navy Achievement Medal for that?
I did.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome, man.
And so I was Lieutenant Ulrich was the aide to the captain, and I helped him out. And Lieutenant Jimenez was my lieutenant for the two people that were in manpower, is what they called it. I didn't have to work with any, like manpower normally deals with doing all the tests and all that, trying to,
Yeah.
But I didn't have to worry about PARs or anything. So on the ship, my lieutenant would give me lists of people that I had to assign berthing assignments and life raft assignments for. Well, one day he set this paper and said, I want, go ahead and enter. These people are coming later today. I want to have you get all their names and social security number. Everything on this paper was for all these people. There was about 30 of them. So I'm sitting there working away, doing it in my computer. Lieutenant Bory, the security officer, comes walking up, grabs that piece of paper off my desk and goes, I'm giving you an Article 15.
An Article 15?
Yeah. And I go, what? Yeah, because you're not classified for this. It said classified. If Lieutenant Jimenez had taken a magic marker and blacked it out, it'd have been okay, but he didn't. So I didn't have a security clearance for it, so I'm getting an Article 15. I picked up the phone. Of course, I knew exactly where Lieutenant Jimenez was. So I called him and said, you need to get up here right away. He goes, why? I said, well, Lieutenant Bory, you know that piece of paper? Yeah. Well, Lieutenant Bory grabbed it off my desk and said he's giving me an Article 15. That's bullshit. Click. About 20 seconds later, he comes running in, went into Bory's office, slammed it, and they're yelling at each other. They're going back and
Two lieutenants yelling at one another,
yeah.
huh?
For an E4. I was like, oh shit. And then the captain walks in, and it got really quiet. And Captain Penzing listens to both the sides of the story, and he goes, I want you to give Petty Officer a top secret clearance. Boy, sir, we haven't done a background. And he goes, I know Petty Officer Woodside better than I know you, and I trust him before I trust you. I want him to have a top secret clearance, and I want it now. Well, see, I would go up in the captain's quarters, and I would work on his computer. Well, I didn't have clearance to be on that computer either, and if I had to work on it, I never went through to see what the hell was on it anyways. But so it cleared me for that too. So Lieutenant Bory comes out, slams that paper down on my desk, slams the pen down, says sign there. I signed there, and I had top secret clearance.
The crazy story on how Woody got a top secret clearance and almost got in trouble.
I
know. Oh man, that's funny.
You want to know about port visits? So we're outside of Bahrain, and we never went pierside because the only time we went pierside was in Dubai when they gave us dividers on our berthing racks.
Yeah.
So, and then they painted it too. They repainted the ship and the red, so that the red cross or the red cross from the ship into the dock. We get off and we go into ASU, and I'm in there with Mac. He is Airedale, who's on the flight deck on the Comfort, and he and I became friends. His rack was just across the aisle from me, and we went out drinking a lot, and we go to the ASU, and there's a lot of people, a lot of ships in port, so there's a lot of people there. And there's like this group of 8 Aussies come walking up, and they sit with us at this table.
You said Aussies?
Aussies.
Australians?
Yep. So, because they were on our ship too.
Okay.
And so they all checked when they checked in. That's when they met me. Was when they all checked in, because I'm the first person to get stopped. So they wanted to see how Woody parked. So we're sitting there at the table, and everybody has, because you can only get 2 drinks up at the bar. 2 drinks. And so I bet everybody at the table, I said, I'm going to go up and get beer for everybody. But you can only get. I bet you had to wait in line 45 minutes just to get up to the front there, right?
What?
Yeah, that's how long the line was. And you only got 2 beers, right? So I get up there and I tell the Arab guy behind the, he was a civilian or whatever, but he was behind the counter there. And I go, I want 2 beers for me and 2 beers for everybody at that table. He says, I can only give you 2. I said, I know. 2 for me and 2 for everybody at the table. I can't do that. I can only give you 2 beers. I said, I know. Let me explain it again. 2 for me, 2 for him, 2 for him, 2 for her, 2 for him, 2 all the way around the table. I said, I want 2 beers for everybody at that table. I said, look how long this line is. If everybody at that table got in line, it'd make that line that much longer. I can only give you 2 beers. All right, go get your man. Oh, I said, what's your name? So I pulled out my notepad out of my pocket, got my pen, and I wrote in there, I said, what's your name? He told me, and I wrote it down. I said, now go get your supervisor. Supervisor comes walking up. What's going on? And I said, I want 2 beers for me and 2 beers for everybody at that table. He said, I can't do that. You can only have 2 beers. I said, I know. 2 beers for me, 2 for them. I said, look at the line. If everybody at every table, and we don't want to lose our table, stood up in line, somebody's going to take our table, and we're not going to lose our table because of this stupid rule. I said, he said, I can only give you 2. I said, all right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you don't give 2 beers to everybody at that table, I said, what's your name? I wrote his name down. I said, now I'm going to take this list back to my ship, and I'm going to tell my captain that you will not serve 2 beers at the table for everybody at that table. And then he'll restrict everybody from coming to this bar.
Pilger, just like Wisner Pilger, Nebraska.
Well, it's
Keep telling the story.
Wisner Pilger. It's in out of the Philippines. It's a Philippine beer. So they yeah, they didn't tell you that it had a whole bunch of formaldehyde in it. So when I found out it did, and I can get that. I got a can opener.
I got one here too.
All right, and they I figured if I died from drinking so much beer, I'd have been preserved. They would have to embalm my body. On the shuttle first, take them to the ship.
What? Hey, hold on a minute. Jake says you're cool, Woody.
Thanks. it'd be cooler after I get a beer, don't we?
Sorry, man. All I got is a Mexican beer there.
Yeah. It tastes Mexican too. Not offensive to Mexicans because Hispanic. So
oh, okay.
my grandkids. Back to this. So we're standing in line here on the pier, and way up in front of us, this girl just bites it. She passes out.
Uh-oh.
And Lieutenant
a sailor?
Yeah, she just passed out. I mean, she was a corpsman, but
it could have been Linda Thiel.
She passed out. Lieutenant Roy says, "Get her on the ship or get her on the shuttle." So her friend or whoever was with her helped her get. They took her to the shuttle. Going across the plank onto the shuttle, and I go. A light went off in my head, and I said, "Hey, Matt." He goes, "What?" I said, "Catch me." "What?" And I just flopped out. I just went limp, and I hit the deck, right? And Lieutenant Orange, "Is that Woody?" "That's Woody. Get him on there." Matt picks me up, and I'm just dead weight. I'm dragging I'm not even walking. I'm just like dead weight. So he's lugging me up there. We get up, and we're going on the plank to get on the shuttle. And I go, "Hey, Mac." He goes, "What?" And I started walking. He goes, "You asshole." I said, "Shh, I got us on the shuttle, didn't I?"
Real quick to back up, Darren says it froze up on the live stream. So retell the story, the last part about the 2 beers. At the very last part about how you got them.
Okay. So I don't know what part you didn't hear, but
basically you wrote their names down.
Yeah. So I wrote the name down of the manager and the bartender that was there. I wrote their names down, and he wouldn't give me 2 beers. And I said, "I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this list back to my ship, and I'm going to tell my captain about it, and he's going to make this place off limits for all the sailors on that ship. Do you want that?" "Oh, no, no, no." I said, "Okay, then get 2 beers at everybody at that table." And lo and behold, everybody at the table, and I got drinks the rest of the night for free.
And then how many total beers did you drink that night?
32.
32 beers. Good Lord, Woody.
And it had formaldehyde because it was Wisner Pilger, which was from the Philippines.
And, oh my gosh!
And they preserved it with formaldehyde. If I had died, they wouldn't have had to embalm me.
Woody would have been embalmed already.
So, did you hear the part about getting on the shuttle?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
What ports did you go to over your career?
Well, I was when we first got on the Comfort, which, oh my gosh, here we are. We took buses from Bethesda, and we drove all the way down to Norfolk, and that's where the Comfort was, getting loaded up with supplies and stuff. And so I get on board, and we're waiting there, and the ship's getting ready to go back. Yeah, it's a target ship. Anyways, as soon as the guy, you hear the 3 blasts from the horn, signifying that we're backing up, and then idiot raising the flag. As soon as he started up, I started yelling at him. I shook my head. He was raising the flag upside down.
Uh-oh.
I mean, come on. That means we were in distress. And I was like, "No, you idiot, stop." So he finally got it switched around and raised it up. But I can imagine what all these Hayes Gray, they're like, what a bunch of dumb dicks, man. You don't even know how to raise a flag. Yeah, it was terrible. Anyways, so we went across the Atlantic, and our first port after the Atlantic was we stopped in Rota, Spain. So I had been to Rota, Spain before. I was actually in the sea. So that was quite the trip then. Funny thing was, Buddy and I, we went to commissary and went and watched a movie. On the way back, we got lost, and we're walking through all this equipment, and this Jeep pulls up, and they were two MPs, short patrol. They were from the CBs themselves. They were on their patrol, and they gave us a ride back to the ship because we were lost. We were going through the CB base that was there. We got totally mixed around. They gave us a ride. That was fun. And so I actually was in Rota, Spain before, so that helped out when I did go there.
Did you go to Bahrain?
Then after we left Rota, we waited for a wave of death meds to get to the ship because they flew them across into Rota, and then they boarded the ship there. And then we went through the Suez Canal. We sat outside the Suez Canal for about a week waiting for the, what is he called, the pilot or whatever because they were letting all these other ships through first. And then finally they figured out, so they got him like 2 cases of cigarettes. And that got us through the Suez Canal.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Laid their wares out. And I found out right away, whatever the price they have, whatever they tell you, you don't take it. You
got a bargain.
Because if you take what they think that, wow, I could have been higher on this, or it's to them it's a slight, a dishonor if you don't bargain with them. So yeah. I found out right away that you want to bargain, and that helped out later on when I was in Bahrain and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and going through all this stuff.
Oh, you went to Abu Dhabi and Dubai as well?
Yep. Was in Al Jabal.
Fremantle, not Fremantle, Jabal Ali, right?
Al Jabal.
Al Jabal?
Yeah.
Okay.
North of probably, I want to say less than 100 miles from Wake. But yeah, we got there, and they gave us shore leave for I want to say it was like 10 or 11 hours shore leave. And I went and I didn't have anybody on the ship that I went with. I was just kind of by myself, and there was a whole bunch of nurses and other people that they were helping out the hospital that was there in Al Jabal.
How many doctors are on board there?
There's 24 surgeons on board the ship.
Really?
And there's a full complement of dental surgeons, because there was a full dental thing there too. I had 3 root canals done on that ship. I was there. I had my eyes dilated twice.
They had optometrists on board too?
Yeah. They had a full-size CAT scan machine on board. I mean, it was the most advanced hospital over in the Gulf at the time. It was, it's huge. It's the largest galley in the Navy was on the 2 hospital ships. The Mercy is the sister ship of the Comfort. And so
was the food good?
Oh, food was real good. I can't say. The only time I didn't like it was when the Aussies were on there and they had their stuff they call it's Vegemite.
Vegemite?
Have you ever had it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. But they use it like we use peanut butter or mayonnaise or something,
Yeah.
That's their condiment that they use. Oh my God, it's terrible. And I can't see. And their chief, the Aussie chief, he was telling me about a story where he was out fishing, out in the middle of this lake. He was out fishing, had his Vegemite and his sandwiches and stuff, and he started the engine up, and it started going, and it started getting hot. So he stopped, pulled the cover off, pulled out one of the bearings. coated it with the Vegemite and stuck it back in. And it ran it all the way without getting off.
No way.
I'm telling you, that's the story he told me. And I was like, and you want to eat that? I don't think mayonnaise would coat any ball bearings.
Wow.
Even peanut butter wouldn't. That's just, oh man, just nasty. I will say this. Was in the National Guards. I found out that because we did all these bivouacs and stuff, and night moves and stuff, that if you take the peanut butter in their MREs and you take the insect repellent, mix it together, it makes a nice cozy little flame when you start it up. And then you can cook your food over it.
Linda says, yuck, Vegemite. And Darren says, Vegemite is brewed yeast.
I don't know. It was nasty. I'll tell you what. So that was quite the thing.
What was the best food you ever had on board the ship? You ever have lobster or prime rib? Or
They had prime rib once. They had steak several times. I'll tell you what. When we were crossing the Atlantic, all they had was chicken. They had so much chicken on board, and they only had like 200 people to eat. So they didn't want to, because this is going to take what, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, to get across the Atlantic. And they had to use up this chicken. So, every meal was chicken. I mean, it was chicken however they could. Chicken cacciatore. It was chicken and dumplings. Chicken, you could name it. We had chicken for breakfast.
chicken for breakfast, huh?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they didn't want it to go to waste. See, when they bought this stuff, it was chicken. It was, not in cans or anything. It wasn't canned. So they put it on board. Oh, yeah, it was terrible. Okay, now I got a good story for you. Just reminding me of this story. I got to tell you, because this one is awesome. So here we are. We got this printer, copier printer from a place in Baltimore, and they rented it out to the ship, and they charged 8 cents a copy for the printer, for the copier printer. 8 cents a copy. That was what the
A little pricey.
Well, that was back then anyway. But that was the agreement, and nobody thought to check it and make sure they redid the thing, because when they were in Baltimore Harbor, that's where they got it from, because that's where the Comfort is home port is in Baltimore. So when they got this, they didn't do any checking to find out. So that copier printer was on the whole time we were in Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And a week before we were leaving the ship, we got
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
we had the drum replaced. Yes, 800,000 pages, over 800,000 times 8 cents.
Okay, everybody, real quick, do the math for me, Darren. What's 800,000 times 8 cents? Is that 1.6 million?
No, 60.
160,000?
8 cents times 800,000.
Yeah.
8 times 8 is 64. So I don't care. It's
Oh, yeah.
6,400,000.
Yeah, 6,400,000. Oh my God.
So I talked to the captain, and we decided it was best that this is war. So we took out all the toner and everything out of the printer copier, right? And we took it out on the aft deck, laid a flag over it.
Threw it over the
We
side?
played taps. Played taps.
You did not.
And they pushed it.
Oh man,
First and goal.
being a former admin guy, I love that story.
And we got, and it was recorded as battle loss.
Battle loss.
Yeah, it was lost in battle. And they paid the company whatever it was to charge for the to buy a new printer instead of having to pay. It was like enormous. And the printer was only like a $5,000 printer to begin with, you know.
Oh my gosh, that's a great story, man.
We did. We saluted it.
Played taps.
Played taps. That's one of my stories.
Taps for the copier machine. Are you getting too close to the fire?
Not me.
Coming towards Woody's leg.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of a wind coming up here now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, that was quite the. I mean, I enjoyed the time on the Comfort. I didn't really. And once I got my clearance, I was able to go into the radio room and see all the messages and everything. And I became good friends with the radio man.
Man, that's so cold in there, isn't it?
Yeah, they do keep it cold.
Man, they've got to wear their like winter coats and pea coats in there even sometimes. Like
I was also a good friend with our PC postal clerk, PC2, Mike Holland. I'll never forget that.
Darren did the math. 800,000 pages times 8 cents is $64,000. Okay.
64,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
8 cents a copy times 800,000.
Or Linda does the math. She says $6,400. All right, which one is it, guys? Darren's supposed to be the one with the master's degree.
I believe what he said. Because if it was 10 cents a copy, it would have been 10 cents a copy. It would have been 80,000, right?
Yeah. Get out your phone, plug it in.
Nah, I'm not gonna go. I'm not doing any. I'm retired.
Exactly. So am I.
Love retirement. I love retirement.
Oh, Darren says she's right. Linda was right.
600.
So Linda, $6,400. Okay.
Good job, Linda.
There you go. Woody's giving you a cheers to Linda.
It was still more than what the copier was worth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, folks, this is the last of the wood. So we've had.
There's one over here.
No, we can't burn that one. That's my leveler.
Oh. I get you.
I've had that girl with me forever. I can't burn her.
Yeah. So that was some of my stories that I tell.
Oh my gosh. Is there a photo of the flag over the copier?
I don't know that anybody got a copy.
Oh my gosh, that would have been classic.
I know it, right?
Sea story to tell.
Well, I look at the Comfort as being kind of like a that went on. Some of the
No more wood, guys. We're all out. We burn it all up. We got some pizza we can throw in there.
pizza box. So yeah, that was quite the. And I enjoyed the time on the Comfort. I enjoyed my time at the hospital too, because I worked for great people, and they always looked out for the person under them. And I
You know,
just,
it was a different times back in those days in the
yeah,
Navy.
it really was.
My time on board the USS Independence, I mean, that was a great, great time there. I mean, those were good people.
Yep.
The captains were awesome. You know, generally, sometimes, you know, you think
Right.
the captain's kind of supposed to be
Yeah.
cracking down and stuff. The captains were awesome.
Captain
Oh,
Penzing on the Comfort was great. And
I got drunk one night and I was walking back to the boat in Guam and I was freaking wasted. I couldn't even hardly walk. And the captain drives by and picks me up and hop in the car, shipmate. I'll give you a ride home. You know, and because I was being too cheap because I didn't want to get a taxi. You know, and he gave me a ride back. I'm like, this guy is awesome.
they're human.
Exactly.
You know, just like the Surgeon General, Admiral Hagen. I mean,
Admiral Hagen.
yeah, he knew if he saw you, I bet you 20, 30 years later, he still would have known your name. He knew. Once he saw you and met you, he knew your name. Walk up and see him in their rooms and stuff. And then 5 years later, he knew who they were. And it was unreal.
4-star.
He was he was a 2-star.
2-star.
Yep.
2-star, ladies and gentlemen, is a rear admiral upper half. 1-star is a rear admiral lower half. 3-star is a vice admiral, and 4-star is a full admiral, as we call it.
Yeah. So, but one day I shared an office with the Lieutenant Commander Little, and one day the Admiral comes walking into our office, right? I'm 3 doors down from him. And he comes walking in, and I yelled, "Attention on deck!" And we both stood up, you know, and he goes, "Oh, sit down, sit down." So we sat down, and I looked at him, and he turned around and shut the door. I looked over, Lieutenant Commander Little. I go, and he goes, you know, he didn't know either. What? And I go, "Man, I help her." He said, "Oh, somebody's coming to visit. I don't want to see him."
He came in to hide, huh?
He's a normal, you know.
The captain's hiding from him.
No, it was the Admiral.
Or admiral. Okay, yeah.
So then he sits in the chair right there, and he goes, "I've heard lots of laughter coming from this office, and so I just really wanted to see what it was all about." And so we sat there, and for the next hours we told jokes, and there was laughter coming from there. I tell joke, Lieutenant Commander Little we were laughing just like.
Oh man, that's awesome, man.
Just telling jokes, you know, and he was laughing. He got a kick out of it. So you want to hear a joke? I know everybody's there saying we need to hear a joke, right?
Is it clean?
It's a good joke.
Okay.
So this is my bug joke. All right. So this bug goes walking by this bush. 2 hands reach out, grabs the bug, pulls it into the bush. The bush rattles and shakes, and the bug comes staggering out, going, "I'm a bug, and I've been hugged." Little by and shake, leaves go flying, and the dove comes staggering out, going, "I'm a dove, and I've been loved." A little bit later, this duck goes walking by this bush.
Uh-oh.
His 2 hands reach out, grabs the duck, pulls it into the bush. The bush rattles and shakes, leaves go flying, branches go flying, and the duck comes staggering out, going, "I'm a drake, and there's been a mistake."
Oh, that's good shit, man. I'm a Drake, and there's been a mistake.
Now,
hold on a minute. Jake's got a joke, he says.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear the joke. Let's hear the joke. What's the joke, Jake? Tell us your joke. And I'll read it. I'll read it to Woody.
All right.
You got to type fast.
So,
That's the only thing. When they got to type it.
yeah.
Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody. We got 7 people watching here. Welcome to the channel. I'm Ryan Smith, Ryan the Scavenger. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Take your finger right now, go down to the bottom, and hit that subscribe button. We are visiting with Mark Woodside. Mark is a Petty Officer Second Class personnelman from the United States Navy. He did 6 years in the Navy, and how many years in the National Guard?
I did 5 in the Navy and 6 in the National Guard.
5 in the Navy, 6 in the National Guard. He drove tanks. And okay, here's Jake's joke. St. Peter says, "How many times have you cheated on my wife?" And the first guy says, "I've cheated on my wife 3 times." So St. Peter gives him the ugly car. And the second guy says, "I cheat on my wife 1 time." So is there more to the joke?
Oh, that was a good belch.
Woody just got a burp there.
Modelo will do that to me. Since you don't have my kind. There, now I can say I got my beer.
There you go, Miller Genuine Draft.
That's what I drink, folks. Miller Genuine Draft. We won't show you what this is. Yeah. Miller Genuine Draft.
The third, so he gets a nice car.
Still typing?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to hear my religious joke? Welcome to the channel, folks. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. My name's Ryan Smith, aka Ryan the Scavenger. On a mission to get 1,000 subscribers, we're visiting with my Navy buddy Mark Woodside tonight. We've been listening to his stories for about an hour now. Jake says, so the one with the nice car started to cry. So one of the people got the ugly car, says, "Why are you crying? You got the nicest car of all." The other guy says, "It's not that. I saw my wife on the ugliest car." That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Jakey. So here's my joke for you. Boy comes home one day and he talks to his father and he says, "Dad, I've been, things are going good, and I think I'm ready for a car. I want to get a car. I want you to buy me a car, Dad." He says, "Well, I tell you what, son." He goes, "I want you to go to school and I want you to get on the honor roll." He goes, "I want you to start going to church every Sunday." And then he goes, "I want you to cut your hair. Your hair's too long." And he said, "Well, Dad, Jesus had long hair." And he's like, "Yeah, I need you to cut your hair." And so he starts going to school, studies really hard, and gets on the honor roll, and starts going to church every Sunday for about a month. And he goes, "Dad, I've done a lot of these things here. I'm ready to get my car." And he goes, "Well, son, you haven't cut your hair yet." And he said, "Well, like I told you, Dad," he said, "Jesus had long hair." And he said, "Yeah." And he walked everywhere too.
That's true. That's true.
The moral of the story is, got to do everything your pop says.
Absolutely.
Where'd you grow up at, Mark? Karen Carney?
Well, I grew up in Gibbon, Nebraska, and until my junior year, my folks started working at New Holland and Lex, so I moved to Lex and graduated Lexington. I'm retired. People have asked me if I have a bucket list, No, I don't have a bucket list, and I'll tell you why. When I wrestled in high school, believe it or not, as a senior, I weighed 112 pounds. I wrestled 112. I took fourth at state. And then right out of high school, I started riding.
At Gibbon?
No, out of Lexington.
Out of Lexington.
And then right out of high school, I started riding bulls.
Bulls?
Yes, I rode bulls. The first time I ever rode a bull was at the Sumner Rodeo. I took fourth place.
No shit.
Yeah. So I rode bulls, and then I drove demolition cars. I was in several demolition derbies, and then I drove stock car, and National Guard. We had the three Kansas platoons, a regular Army platoon, and a driver platoon. And then we ended up, getting honor platoon, and which is pretty big. I mean, it's huge. But they took us over to this tank range because we were the honor platoon. They took us over to this range, and they wanted us to test drive these new tanks that they were testing. And the tank was the M1 tank, XM1. X is for experimental. And they told us, they said, we want you to try and break it. So these tanks are fast too. You know, they're not fully loaded or anything. So you can get them up to 45, 50 miles an hour. I mean, they went way faster than the M68-3s, but I'm driving this tank. I ran over several trees. They wanted to see if we could break them. Around doing cooking. I was airborne several times, and the TC tank commander, he was like laughing his ass off. He was having fun. But that's as go on these tanks. So that was kind of a real cool thing. One of the things that I did that I gotta let you know because
hold on a minute. All right, everybody, I'm gonna cut it off here. Everybody's saying the connection's really bad. So
is it? Okay. Well, that's because you moved.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Peace out. Love y'all. Thanks for watching.